Alright, HadesOmega here, and so next part of the episode, so we gotta prep these rails ready for installation. Also, another thing I got is I got this box here. So let's see what's in this box real quick. Okay, more parts. HadesOmega bought more parts. You can see my bank account just like draining for this with this project. Okay, so here's the most different thing I got. These are clamps, grounding clamps for the solar panel. So this is what we're gonna run the wire along the solar panels for to ground it. Okay, when we get to that point, it's not a super big deal that we ground it, but we probably should, you know, ground it. Don't have to ground it right away. Is that okay? My plan is to run. So I think the way these work is they clamp onto the frame on the solar panel. Okay, and see it's got the green bolts, and then you connect the copper ground wire to right here. Okay, and then you just run it alongside the solar panels. Okay, and then my idea is to run this to the conduit. Okay, right here. Okay, so there will be a clamp going under the conduit where the ground will be, and then we're going to use the conduit as a grounding. Okay, this is going to connect to the conduit, and then it's going to run the ground into here. Okay, and then I found out where the ground rod is in my house. Okay, is right here. All right, unfortunately it's on the other side of the garage. That's the problem, but yeah, it's right in this box. There's a ground in here. Okay, so when we do the thing, I have to run a new ground wire for everything. Okay, it kind of sucks, but yeah, it's gonna go. Basically, I'm gonna drill a hole in the wall and then just connect the ground wire, and then we're gonna run the wire out from the wall here, and then just along the wall, and then up around the garage here to the panel right there. Okay, and then that's where the conduit's going to come out, and then we're going to ground it to that, and then we're going to ground to the fuse the breaker panel. Okay, so that's where we're going to get our ground from. All right, so alternatively there is a ground over here I found. Okay, and that very well may be grounded on the same thing, so maybe we could use it. See, I see a ground wire right here. I've been looking at all these panels in the wall, and there is a wire right here, and I'm thinking like, yeah, we could probably just run it over here. You probably wouldn't even see it. I'm just gonna run everything along the back of the wall here. Okay, when I run this outlet right here, and then we could run it over there. So I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that, but that definitely is a ground. Okay, so I think it's a green wire. I probably have to clean it. It's got like a bunch of stucco on it and stuff, so clean it out. If it's a green wire, it's definitely a ground wire, so we might be able to use that as a ground, because I guarantee you that ground probably goes, the breaker panel is back there for this garage, or for the whole house pretty much. I bet you that ground wire, it just runs along this wall, inside the wall to the breaker panel, and then that ground runs along the wall to that breaker panel right there. Okay, so why do another run when I could just kind of daisy chain it off of that, right? That's what I want to say. Okay, or we can just run a new wire. I'm not sure. It's either from there to there. There's a lot shorter, man. That's basically 10 feet or something. All right, from here to here is probably like 30 feet. So you're going triple the distance. It's got to go up over the garage to the other side. All right, so okay, but anyway, we'll figure it out when we get there. So I want to say, but yeah, that's I actually forgot I bought that. And then I bought 2 more of these fast jacks. Okay, so there we go. These are like $8 each. They come with 2 lag bolts, two bolts. Only got 1 bolt. What's going on here? Shortchanged me a bolt. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's a bolt right there. Okay, we got 2 fast jacks and then the flashings for them. All right, cool. So I decided we got 3 panels, and we're gonna wind up using the whole superstrut. We're not gonna cut the superstrut, so that way I won't have any extra material left over, and I got an extra 300 watts. Okay, so I've already kind of marked it. From what I had researched, is you don't want the rail to hang off more than 20 inches. Okay, so I marked 20 inches right here. So we're gonna put one of the fast jacks maybe like right here or right here. All right, and then we're gonna put one in between Okay, I've already kind of measured 20 inches, so there's going to be one of the fast jack standoffs right here, all right, and then one right here, all right, and then one in between that, so probably right here. Okay, so we'll have three standoffs supporting the rail, all right, and then it'll hang off 20 inches on the edges. They said that's fine. It is super strut. It's stronger. It's steel. Okay, it's 12 gauge steel. It is stronger than the aluminum rails. Okay, is what I'm gonna say. All right. All right. So yeah, I got 2 of these. So now I have a total of 6. Okay. I in the previous video I talked about them. I have 4 of them, and I thought we were only gonna put 2 solar panels, and I figured, hey, let's just use the whole rail. So I bought another 2. Okay. They're kind of expensive, not really, $8, you know, but you figure if you're going to install a lot of panels, you're going to have to buy a whole lot of these, and the prices just add up after a while. Okay, so pretty much total I spent for the mounts, no, it's $8 for this. You still have to buy this too. Yeah, you still have to buy the flashing, so the flashing is separate. So I think you're gonna want, I think I wound up spending like probably more than 20 bucks on this, just this right here. So, but anyway, I've got 6 of these now. Okay, and I'm gonna what I'm gonna do today is we're gonna mock this up. Okay, I'm just gonna mount it. We're gonna mount it on the fast jack. So let me get all the ingredients out, and so we can do a mock-up real quick. So I've got all the ingredients right here enough to do 1 rail. I might do we might actually do like a practice run installing the panels, but like for now, let's just focus on getting one of the rails squared away. Okay, so these are all the ingredients I have to make my own rail. Okay, I've got the super strut right here. Okay, and then I've got the 3 fast jacks right here. These ones will mount on the roof. These are the standoffs. Basically, this rises the super strut 3 inches up off the roof. Okay, and I've got the bolts here. The bolts go through the washer, the square washer. The square washer will attach to the spring nut here. Okay, the spring nut goes in the channel, and then it clamps onto the solar panel. Okay, and then that's what holds the solar panels in the mid part. Now, for the end clamps, I'm gonna make my own clamp, okay, or mount is what I'm gonna make. So basically, I'm just gonna use it using a piece of aluminum flat bar, is what it is, or aluminum angled flat bar is what I'm gonna call it. Okay, these are pretty inexpensive. From like you can get them at Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, this is the specs for this guy. It's 1/8 inch thick. As far as I know, you can't get like a 1/4 inch angle aluminum. But I do have some 1/4 inch angle aluminum, but hopefully, I hope this is strong enough. Okay, those panels are pretty heavy, so it needs to be pretty strong. It is 1.5 inches and 3 feet long. Okay, so this whole bar thing was like 3 inches when I bought it. So it's not 3 inches anymore. It's more like it's more like 2 feet. So I've been using it. So we're gonna make 4 brackets out of this. All right. And it's actually perfect size because I think the solar panel frame is 1.5 inches. So let's go check. So that's the important part. Also, we have these washers here. Okay. What I'm thinking is we're going to use a super strut, because the super strut washer behind it also, because the holes are so big in this, man. They're like a 1/4 inch thick, 1/4 inch bolt holes or something. Not 1/4 inch. These are 1/2 inch. This is for like a 1/2 inch, so the holes are like really big. There's not a lot holding it, so you can see this is a 3/8, and I think that's a 1/2 inch slot cut into there. The good thing about all the slotting is it makes it lighter. Okay, that too. We don't want to put too much weight on top of the roof. Okay, and so yeah, let's do a quick mock-up, real quick, and I'll tell you what needs to happen. We're gonna need to grind this. All right, I'll tell you now because it's already not going to fit in there. So you can see. So we have to grind that so it fits flat in there, because that's going to go in there. It's going to act as a washer. So because the hole's too freaking big. Okay. I wonder if we could just use one of these other nuts. I don't know if we can just put one of these nuts in there too. probably do that too, but that's okay. Okay, so let's just put everything together first. I'll kind of tell you how it goes and then what we got to do to modify it. All right. Okay, there it is. It's a super strut. All right, so I'm gonna kind of show you how this works. I'm gonna start with the mounts here. All right, the super strut's gonna sit on top of the standoff. Okay, so I'm gonna have to let me take these lag bolts out. So the way this works is there's two pieces. This is the piece that bolts onto the roof. Okay, with the lag bolt here. Let's take that out first. So this is gonna be bolted onto the roof. All right, so let's say it's already on the roof. And then this goes on top of it, like so. All right, and then this is going to go on top of the super strut, or underneath the super strut, just like that. So HadesOmega was thinking, man, that hole is not very big, okay? So my idea is to put one of the super strut washers underneath it right here, so it has some better support, okay? Because the hole is just way too freaking big. Look at how much extra space you got, like almost like a 1/4 inch, close to a 1/4 inch extra space between it, okay? And then this is the bolt that holds it. So, yeah, we're gonna need a washer on the inside channel, okay? Unfortunately, this washer doesn't fit in there flush, okay? So we can't use that yet, okay? So what we're gonna have to do is grind both sides, okay? What I'm going to do is I'll take a measurement of the channel, figure out how much we need to cut, okay, and then we got to do that for all. We're going to have 6 mounts, right? So we got to make 6 of these modified washers to fit in these channels, okay. These are the stainless steel fender washers I got from Lowe's, okay. I think this is stainless steel. The super strut washer, the square washer, is galvanized steel, okay, but it's made to be outside, so I'm pretty sure that should be plenty strong. Okay, so that's the first thing we got to modify. We've got to shave these stainless steel washers down to fit into the channel. Okay, so now you can kind of get it in there, but it doesn't fit flush. All right, that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, you can see that. So we can't even start that part. All right. Okay, the next part is how we're going to mount the solar panel onto the super strut. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We've got our bag of spring nuts here. Okay, these are the 3/8 spring nuts. I guess maybe we could have used the 1/2 inch stuff. Maybe. Actually, don't even know what size this is. Honestly, I didn't bother to check. Yeah, that's a good question. Because this is 3/8. That's pretty close to a 3/8 right there. It's got a little bit of play. That should be fine. It's a flange nut too, a flange bolt. So that should be fine for that. Okay. I don't remember what size. I don't really know what size this is. I think this is a 3/8 right here. It is a 3/8. Okay, good. So that's pretty standard size 3/8 for solar mounting stuff. Okay. Okay. So next thing to do, spring nut. All right. I don't know why there's a plastic on it. I think it's just to keep it all together, maybe? No. Yeah, there's a plastic on this. I apologize for the noise of the washer. Okay. There we go. We got our spring nut. I took the plastic out. There was a plastic on the spring. Okay, so I believe, so when the solar panel, I don't think the solar panel is going to mount right here. Let's just go right here, all right? So this is going to go in the channel like this, all right? And then we're going to turn it 90 degrees, and boom, it latches onto the super strut. I've never actually used this, so this is the first time I'm trying to use it. So, okay, and then your solar panel is going to go on top, and then you're going to have this super strut right here, okay? And then oh yeah, there's another thing I'm missing. I'm missing the lock washer. I won't put it right now, but I do have some stainless steel split lock washers, okay? This is to keep it from coming out. When we actually install it, I will put these on, but I'm not going to put them on, okay? Disclaimer. Okay, and then this is going to go up like this. Okay, I believe these are 2.5 inches long, and the solar panel is 1.5 inches thick, okay? So there you go. that's how we're going to mount the solar panel onto the superstrut. Okay, but for the ends, we're going to want to use this guy. Okay, so I want to use an angle bracket for the end. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut these so it will rest on top of the strut, make it a little bit wider than the strut, basically. Okay, maybe let's do like, I don't know, 1/4 inch on each side. We'll make it that wide. Okay, cut it like right around here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is get another spring nut. Well, let's just use this one since I got it right here already. Okay, so there's a spring nut there. Let's move the nut right there. Okay, and then this is gonna bolt to the spring nut. Okay, it's gonna bolt to the spring nut, and then I'm gonna drill. We're gonna drill a hole right here so we can mount it to the spring nut, and we're gonna drill another hole in the center here, and then we're gonna drill a hole in the solar panel frame. Okay, and then we're gonna put another bolt and a nut on it. Okay, so that's how it's gonna work. That way, you know, and I'm gonna use Allen head bolts too, so they'll be stainless steel also. But that way you got different fasteners holding down. If somebody wanted to steal this off of your roof, you know, it wouldn't be very easy. They'd have to use different fasteners. Okay, so that's how that works. But we're gonna have to cut this first so we can make it. All right, so I'm gonna cut one, and then we're gonna test it out. All right, and then I'm gonna cut out. We're gonna have to cut 4 of these. We have to cut 4 of these because there's gonna be 2 on each panel. Okay, these only go at the end. Okay, this one will go in between the panel. Okay, it's gonna clamp on between. It'll connect 2 panels together basically. All right, and it'll hold it in place. Pretty cool. This is pretty cool stuff. I never used it before. HadesOmega's really excited. Okay, so I think the first thing we should do is let's grind these washers down so they'll fit in the channel. All right. We have to do 6 of them because we got 6 mounts. Okay. Right? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go measure how wide the channel is. Okay. It's roughly, I think it's 1.5 inches, but we're gonna go by millimeters, okay? Okay, I think it's 1.5 millimeters, but it says 36 millimeters. Oh, I mean inches. It's 1.5 inches, but it's 36 millimeters. We'll go with the finer measurement. Yeah, it looks like it's 1.5-ish. But it says 36 millimeters is what it is. Okay, so we need to grind these. Okay, so we need to grind these so they'll fit in a 36 millimeter channel. Okay, so how wide is it? Let's see. These fender washers. Why don't we just do it this way, Merlin? There you go. 38 millimeters. Okay, so we got to grind 2 millimeters off of each side. Not a lot, okay? So the idea is we're gonna cut 2 millimeters. So that would be like 1 millimeter each side, pretty much. Yeah. Okay, because you remember it's 36, 37, 38. Yeah. 36, 37, 3, yeah. Yeah, that's 38. Okay, so we got to cut 1 millimeter on each side. Not a lot, okay? So I'm gonna grind 1 millimeter from each side, and then once we have one, we can use that as a template for the other ones. Okay. It's got to be, yeah, it does have to kind of be in the center, I guess. The hole's a little bit bigger than what's on the super strut, so I think it's okay. You got a little bit of wiggle room, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So, okay, so I'm gonna cut 1 millimeter off of. Okay, 1 millimeter is not a lot. I'm just gonna grind a little bit and just kind of fit it. All right. Yeah, it's not a lot at all, dude. Okay, wow, you can see the metal is all burnt on the edges. Hopefully that works. Okay. Oh wow, it's really hot. Just a little bit more. Just need to grind just a tad, just a little bit more. I think it'd be okay to make it a little bit undersized so it's got a little bit of wiggle room. Just a little bit more. All right. We want it to just slip right in there, okay? Okay, I apologize for the washer sounds, but there it is, it fits, all right? So I kind of didn't do it too well. I mean, it just slips in there. I think what I want to do is draw a line straight down the middle so I know how to grind it on each side. Because basically you got to grind it and then turn it 180 degrees and then grind it again. So, but yeah, I think that'll work. All right, like I said, I think it's better if it's a little bit undersized, so you got a little bit of wiggle room in there. I think we'll be fine. Okay. Okay. So this is the second one. So it fits perfectly and everything. So what I did is I drew a line straight down the center. It's kind of hard to do with a thick marker, but that way you kind of have a good idea where 90 degrees is. So this one turned out a little bit better than the other one. Okay, so I just got to make 4 more of these guys. All right. All right. By the way, that's what the mark looks like after I for when I'm going to grind it. Okay. Basically, I just tried to make sure. I know I made it a little bit offset a little bit, but basically I just want to make sure that where this line goes down here like this, it looks a little crooked already, man. This is what I didn't do so well, okay? But basically when I grind it, I want this to be perpendicular to the grinder, okay? All right, perfect. I got 6 of them right there, and they all slide in. Perfect, just what we want, all right? So now I'm just gonna kind of deburr them. They've got these little burrs sticking out the side. I'm just gonna get a Dremel and just smoothing it out, that's all. All right, cool. All right, so now that I got our washers done, we're gonna go install these standoffs now, okay? So it's basically gonna, so like I mentioned before, I measured it 20 inches, okay? This is about 20 inches from the edge, all right? So we want to mount it around here, okay? This is where we're gonna put the standoff right here. Okay, so and when I put this on the roof, we'll take the superstrut up there and we'll actually use these marks, okay? Okay, so let's get started with the first one. All right, so basically you've got, this bottom part is gonna be lagged onto the roof, and then you're gonna put the standoff part on it, the riser. We're gonna put it on top of this superstrut square washer here to give it more support. Okay, I know it seems like a lot of stuff. There's a little bit of play in there, and then we're going to stick our new washer in the hole. Okay, and that's why it's good to have a little bit of wiggle room, so everything, you know, if you need a little bit of tolerance, you got it. Okay. Okay. I will just do it hand tight for now. Alright, so that's how it's gonna go. Let's go put the other ones. So there you go. There's a demonstration of one. I'm gonna put another one around where the other mark is, okay? And then yeah. We'll do 2 more, and then I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, and voila, there it is. There's our solar panel mounting system, all right? So there it is. This is the one out here, and then this is the one in the center. The one in the center, I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of eyeballed it and I stuck it in the center. I will actually make a measurement between the 2 marks and mark it, okay? All right, so yeah, there you go. There's one 10-foot rail ready to be mounted. So let's go check how far the standoff goes, okay? Like I said, 4 inches from the top of the roof is where you want the solar panels to be. That pretty much looks like how it's going to be on top of the roof. Let's go and I got a tape measure here. We'll go measure how tall it is. So from the bottom of the strut, it's only like almost 3.5 inches. Okay, so but if you add the height of the superstrut, we got 5 inches. So the solar panel will be 5 inches from the okay, there we go. So that is the HadesOmega Moto solar garage solar panel mounting system. All right, this should be good to mount 3 fairly large panels, and probably, I don't know, you probably mount like 600-watt panels on this thing or something. I'm not sure, dude. But we're going to be mounting this vertically on the roof, okay? This is going to go right over here, okay? So HadesOmega has decided we are going to go put this on the roof. I got the okay from the parents, so it's going to go right here on the awning. If I mess up and I drill all the way through and I don't hit a rafter, it's no big deal, because one, you don't care if it leaks as much here, and two, I can tell where the bolt goes through, because all I have to do is go underneath and look. Okay, so plenty of rafters right here. So these are the studs here are rafters. That's where we will be mounting the standoffs. Okay, all right, that's where these guys will go, the mounts right here. Okay, so and then we're gonna have to just pick 2 of them, and then we'll mount it vertically on one of the rafters. I don't know how strong that'll be, but there'll be 2 of them. I think it'll be fine. Okay, if anything, it should make it stronger, I hope. I hope it makes it stronger. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is we got to make the end clamps, and then after I finish making, I have to make 4 of those end clamps, okay, or end mounts out of this guy here. Okay, and then when we do that, we'll go and I'll do an actual solar panel mock-up. Okay, and okay, so that'll be the next part of the video. But I don't think we're gonna get it done today. I think I'm gonna go start working already. So, but yeah, I will go. I'll go start measuring the other one now. I'll start put the measurement marks on it. All right, here's me go. Okay, so also with the friend of my with the help of my friend, tape measure and permanent marker, or Sharpie, I've marked off all the places where the standoffs got to be. Okay, so like I said, there shouldn't be more than 20. Supposedly there shouldn't be more than 20 inches hanging off the edge. Okay, so that's 20 inches. This is 20 inches from the edge. Okay, and I took that measurement between both of them. Okay. And I found out it's 80 inches. Okay, it's 80 inches from that measurement to that measurement. So I said, well, cut it in half, 40 inches. That's 40 inches right there. So all I can say is I have a good eye. That's where I guessed it would be, and that's where it was. Okay, now alternatively, we probably could just drill a hole in the superstrut, but it might make it weaker. I would say, yeah, you would have to pick a hole. Okay, you're gonna pick to the left or to the right of it. Okay, so I guess I chose to the left. Okay, it's good enough for me. And then apparently all of these are to the right. This one is to the right, and then this one is to the left. So all the holes I put are on the inner ones. Okay, if it's off by like an inch or 2, I don't care, man. It's not freaking rocket science, man. We're just mounting solar panels, all right? So all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount the next 3 standoffs onto this left one. The one that doesn't have anything on it, and then we will go mount the panels when I get time. Okay, probably tomorrow. I don't know why I only have 1. I think I have to make another washer because I only have 2. What happened? I thought I made 6 of them. Cool. Maybe I only made 5. Okay, I guess I got to make 1 more. All right. Yeah. All right. Here's we go. Okay, and there we go. We've got 2 complete rails now. Perfect. All right. Like I said, there's a lot of wiggle room to move the rail left, right, up, and down. So that's a good thing. Okay. That way, everything doesn't have to be so precise. We can, if we need to nudge it a little bit, we can. That's the beauty of all this. Okay, so okay, we're gonna make the 4 end clamps or mounts, and then we're gonna do a mock-up with the solar panels in the backyard. Okay. All right, here's me go. Oh yeah, there's one more thing we can put on. We can put these fancy end caps. All right, so let's go put these on. I don't like that they're blue. I wish they were black. Maybe I can order a blue one later, but they don't. But anyway, so this is strut end cap for A channel. All right, it's a quick installation. It adds a polished look to rack racking and trapeze systems, and prevents accumulation of dirt and debris. Okay, I think it was like $5 for these two. Like I said, I kind of don't like how they're blue, but it's fine. I think they just go on the end like this. Okay, and yeah, since we're not going to be cutting the rails, I could just leave these on here. But yeah, I think I would rather they be black, you know. Let me okay, that's what it looks like when they're on there. Pretty nice. I like it. Pretty happy with it. You figure, you know what? Water may accumulate in there. I'm just thinking about that right now. These are going to be mounted on the roof, you know, and the water's going to go down here. I mean, the water it'll not. I know this might not be a good idea. Maybe what I could do is drill a little hole in it, so the water does drain from it. Okay, but it will drain from the holes here. Okay. It'll drain right here. There's a sticker over here though. So. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll just drill a little hole underneath here so water will run down it. Okay. The other on the top one I won't do that. On the bottom one I will. Okay. That way if water does kind of dribble down here and it wants to collect under here, it'll drain that way. Okay. All right. Yeah. So there you go. There's another little finishing touch right there. Pretty nice. Good stuff. Super Strut. I wish they were black though. All right. I'll see if I can find some black ones, but all right, here's we go.